With this exemption, international students will be able to pay the same as not just Canadian students, but as students who are from Quebec. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome again to my channel. My name is Nelly. In this video, I'm wearing the same top as I was in the previous one. This is because I filmed the two videos on the same day. In this video, I'm going to be telling you about a scholarship opportunity in Canada that will allow you to leave your country to come to Canada, and you will not have to pay the fees that international students pay, but rather you will pay less than international students pay. Sometime last year, I spoke about the exemption from the differential tuition, which the Quebec government was trying to do. So what this means is that international students who come to study in certain parts of Quebec will be eligible to pay the same amount of money that Quebec students pay. I had said that I was going to provide you more information as I get it, and so as soon as I saw this, I decided to share it with you. So as the title says, it's exemption from differential tuition fees depending on the program of studies and the region. Starting in September 2023, a limited number of exemptions from differential tuition fees will be granted to international students enrolled at and selected by a university or college located outside the territory of Montreal or Montreal metropolitan community. These students will have to take a program of study in French in the employment sectors identified as priorities by the Quebec government. Example, those of the Quebec Perspective Scholarship Program, Information Technology, Engineering, Health and Social Sciences, Education, Educational Childcare Services. With this exemption, international students who are selected by an educational institution and who meet the criteria will pay the same tuition fees as Quebec students. Generally, international students cannot pay the same tuition fee as domestic students. There's a fee which is known as the differential tuition fee, which makes the tuition fee to increase. So for example, if domestic students pay, let's say maybe 3,000, international students might end up paying like 15,000. But then with this exemption, international students will be able to pay the same as not just Canadian students, but as students who are from Quebec. This measure will take effect in the fall 2023 term. Fall is September. This gives you a certain period of time to start applying to schools and to just start preparing yourself towards this if you're really interested in coming to study and to benefit in this option. Let's look at the selection criteria. Be an international student enrolled at an eligible educational institution. Be enrolled in a full-time program of study in French. You can't do this program, or you can't be eligible for this exemption if you're studying in English. You must be in a full-time program and the language should be in French as determined by the educational institution and related to one of the fields identified as priorities by the Quebec government. I guess this, yeah, one of these fields. Next thing, your educational institution, that's the campus and residence, must be located in Quebec and outside the territory of the Montreal metropolitan city. Your school should not be in any of these areas. So that's Montreal itself, any of these areas, Pointe-Claire, no. Let's look at the list of eligible institutions and programs of study. Each institution determines eligible programs of study from those identified as priorities. Technical training at the college level. With regards to this, the information is still to come. Each eligible university is responsible for the management of exemptions and the selection of candidates, which means you must contact the university of your choice to obtain more information. So these are the universities that offer this exemption program. So if you attend one of these universities, you are sure that you'll be eligible to apply for the exemption. And then not just universities, but you equally have public colleges, a list of public colleges as well. You also have private colleges like these. If you have friends, if you have family members, if you have colleagues, if you have neighbors, if you know anybody who can actually study in French and who is interested in coming to study in French, then please, please, please don't hesitate to share this video with this person, because like I always say, knowledge is power. You don't know how important or how useful an information is going to be to another person. So as you get this information, please don't hesitate to share this information with as many people as possible. Thank you so much for staying tuned with me. See you in my next video. Goodbye.